Hello, this is Tracy with Tracy at the Movies, and I'm back after a 2 week hiatus. Remember, I'm doing this every 2 weeks. Well, I just got finished watching a Star Wars holiday special, and I have a lot to say about this movie. I think it was a TV special, so usually I say I'm going to go to my cheat sheet. Well, I'm totally going to rely on it because this movie had me all the way confused. So it came out in 1978. It takes place in the Star Wars universe. Of course, it was directed by Steve Binder. Like, why would you even want to credit your name to this? But it's supposed to be a set spinoff set between the original movie and The Empire Strikes Back. So all the main people are in it except for Billy D. Williams. But there's Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, the girl with the honey bun thing on her head. I can never think of her name. Um, I know she's played by Carrie Fisher. I never can remember her name. Um, Chewbacca, the little RD D2, and the gold one. They're all in it. And I'm sorry, I can never remember their names just because I can't remember their names. So if I just call them something crazy, just please pardon me. Um, I, I really don't know what to say about this movie. It had literally everything. I couldn't decide whether it was a musical. There was a cartoon in it. There were references to the movie in it, although I know it's a spinoff, so that would kind of make sense. Um, Apparently, Chewbacca's father-in-law is horns to Diane Carroll. I mean, it just didn't make sense. I probably could, I just don't know what to say about this movie. I'm trying to get my thoughts together, but it's literally all over the place. So the film follows Chewbacca's family, and apparently he has a wife, a little son Chewbacca, a father-in-law Chewbacca, and they celebrate this holiday called Light Day. Now it's not Christmas, thank goodness. It's not Christmas. So Light Day, I guess, is a day of freedom, or I don't know what it is, but they make references to Christmas, but it's not Christmas. Again, it's called Light Day. And so the evil empire, the Darth Vader side, is trying to capture Chewbacca or keep him from coming back up. The whole thing is just really um um oh, it's so weird because it doesn't have a there's a plot, kind of a plot. And this is where I'm just like, I just watched this, so I'm trying to figure out like how can I even explain this. Um Chewbacca is trying to come back to family Chewbacca with Luke Skywalker. So, not Luke Skywalker, Han Solo. So Han Solo, played by Harrison Ford, they are coming back, and there's like they're being attacked, so they can't get back to them. So the Chewbacca family gets invaded by the Darth Vader side, but these are not the ones who were the black. These are the ones who were the white, all white with the head thing like Darth Vader. So they think that Chewbacca is going to come back to the family, which that's what it is. So they're trying to find some instrument or something. Like I said, this plot is so loose that's hard for me to keep up. And I'm sitting there watching it, and it's just like, who who sat down and thought, you know what, Star Wars is really popular. Why don't we make a very, very bad holiday movie and let's just do that? Because this is what this is. This has daddy in law Chewbacca watching what I'm saying is Diane Carroll porn for some reason. She goes off into a song that literally has nothing to do with the plot. It doesn't advance the story. It doesn't do anything. She just sings and she asks them, "Am I your pleasure?" or whatever. I'm like, what? People are letting their children watch this? No. It just confused me. And then I'll tell you another part that confused me, the cartoon part. There was a part in this movie, probably about halfway, maybe about 45 minutes in, where it just goes into this cartoon for, again, I don't know why. The cartoon, they probably should have just stuck with that because that made more sense than the rest of the movie. So it was like they had this little cartoon in there. It was Han Solo, Chewbacca, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia. That's her name. That's her name, Princess Leia. And they're in this little adventure where Darth Vader is trying to get them. And it's like they just interjected it in the movie. And I'm just sitting here like, okay, what does this have to do? And I'm sorry, I keep adjusting my glasses because um, they're just they're just kind of doing this thing and it's getting on my nerves. But it just literally made no sense. And Harvey Korman plays like 20 roles in this thing. He's like the cook um, person. He dresses up like a woman and he does like this whip and stir thing that again literally made no sense to me. This whole thing was just like, I don't know what you have to be on to understand this. If anybody can explain to me the plot, please put it in the comment section. I literally don't understand this at all. I mean, I said just sat there the whole time talking about what, how. I just can't, I never have seen a movie where I just keep asking how. How does this keep happening? Where people will take something that's okay. I mean, I'm not the greatest Star Wars fans, but especially the new ones. I don't like the new ones at all. But at least those with with Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher and James Earl Jones, I could at least somewhat get the plot. I don't know why anybody would just think this was a good idea. And if you watch the movie, which again I'm linking in the comment section, you'll notice they don't even credit the writers. Why? If I wrote this, I'd write it under some pseudonym name that you couldn't even figure out because it's terrible. And I don't know. I just really don't know. There's another scene in there um, with Jefferson Airplane. For, that was another thing that confused me. Jefferson Airplane or Jefferson, what it, I think they're credited as Jefferson Airplane in this movie. Where did they come from? They sing a song, and I guess like the guy that's played by Ralph from the Honeymooners, he comes in and he shows the Darth Vader side people this, I guess, to entertain them. But what does it have to do with the movie? I know this isn't a technical movie, and thank goodness it was never released in theaters because I don't know. I literally am just sitting here, just like I am really trying to give you all my thoughts on this, but this thing was all over the place. I could not. I mean, I I've seen it, and I'm still like, wait a minute, let me go back. But I'm not. I'm not gonna watch this. Um, it was just too. I mean, when you have a movie that has so much going on, and it's like they're again, they had a song by Jefferson Airplane, Diane Carroll singing, Diane Carroll porn. B. Arthur's in it for some reason. What is she doing in there? She doesn't have anything to do with the plot. She's just like a bartender. I'm like, what? It just, I'm like, okay, what the heck? And then at the end, when Chewbacca comes back home to his family, Chewbacca, they all dress like in these like red choir robes, and they have this light, and they're like lifting it up. I'm like, oh, please don't do this to Christmas. Do not do. Christmas does not deserve this. This is just all around terrible. I want you to watch this, even though I'm giving it an F minus minus minus. Please watch this. Put in the comments what you think about it, because I don't know what to say about this movie. Terrible. That's what I'll say about it. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Just terrible. So now that I'm finished with this review, again, remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, and support me on Patreon. All the details are in the link, including the link to this terrible movie that I just watched. It gets a F minus minus minus. And I know I gave it an extra minus, but it deserved it. Just a terrible movie with too many plots. Not even plots. It's just one little string of a plot, and then they just throw everything in there in the worst jambalaya that of a movie I've ever seen. This is just terrible. This is just terrible. So join me for another holiday movie review. It's coming up in a couple of hours. And I'll see you later. Bye bye.